All right, so today we're going to talk about writing fractions as percents. Now, in our last video, we were writing percents as fractions. So we're going to kind of flip it around a little bit today. So let's take a look at a couple examples. If I had 37 100ths, I can already see that 37 is already out of 100. That's going to be 37%, because we said percent means for every 100. And if we have a denominator of 100, we can easily write our percent. But what if we don't have a denominator that's a 100? What if I had 1/2 and I want to write this as a percent? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my fraction so that it has a denominator of 100. All right, so I would need to think to myself, okay, 1/2, well, what would that be out of 100? What times 2 will give me 100? And I'm going to do the same thing on top. I'm going to make an equivalent fraction. So I can think to myself, well, let's see, 2 times 50 equals 100. So 1 times 50 is going to give me 50. 50 out of 100, and then I can use my numerator as my part of my percent and my percent sign for my denominator, 50%. So 1/2 is the same as 50%. So if you have half of something, it means you have 50% of it. Or if you have 50% of something, it means you have half. So if your battery is charged at 50%, it's charged halfway. If I ate half of a pie, I ate 50% of the pie. 1/2 and 50% mean the same thing. Let's try another fraction that doesn't have a 100 as a denominator. What if I had 7/25ths? And I want to write this as a percent. The first step, again, is I'm going to change my denominator so that it is equal to 100. All right, so I need to think, well, what times 25 is going to get me to 100? 25 times 4. Think about coins. 100 is like a dollar. 25 is like a quarter. I need 4 quarters to make a dollar. 25 times 4, so I'm going to do the same on the top. 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. So 7/25ths is equal to 28%. 28%. Let's try another example. Three-fifths. 3/5 is equal to what percent? Well, first, we're going to write an equivalent fraction that has a denominator of 100. I need to think, well, what times 5? How many 5s make 100? And I'm going to do the same thing with my numerator. 5 times 20 is 100. If I had nickels that are 5 cents, I would need 20 nickels to make 100, make a dollar. So times 20 over here and times 20 up here. 3 times 20 is 60. So 3/5 equals 60%. I want to go over real quickly some common numbers that multiply to make 100, just so that you can keep that in mind as you're doing the problems today. Common numbers that make 100. 4 times 25 makes 100. 5 times 20 makes 100. 10 times 10 makes 100. 2 times 50 makes 100. So those would be some common numbers that you would use. Conversely, you would have 25 times 4, 20 times 5, and 50 times 2. But these are common numbers that you'll see a lot as the denominators in our fractions that have you get to 100. Oops. All of these equal 100. Okay, so those are some things. You can also think, well, 200 divided by 2 equals 100. You might see some denominators of 200 today where you might have to divide by 2 to get to a smaller number. All right, so today you're going to be working on changing a fraction into a percent.